Hey everyone, Pierre here. I know I said I wouldn't be making videos until like early mid-January, but Merry late Christmas. It is the 27th. It's extremely cold out. Let me wipe my phone screen off because it looks repulsive. It probably still does. I can't tell because I'm wearing glasses right now. But anyways, so yeah, I just thought I'd discuss some stuff. I know the World Juniors, Canada beat USA last night, 6-4. Can I be honest? I don't like to focus on World Juniors as much because, for example, there's countries that have like no prospects. Like they'll have one guy that gets drafted throughout the whole draft. In countries like Belarus, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, like Czech Republic, maybe Slovakia, countries like that don't have grade A prospects, like Sweden, all of North America and stuff like that. So, and that's why Vasily Podkolzin really excelled last year. People were thinking Vasily Podkolzin would go third. At the draft lottery, he was the consensus third overall pick. Then everyone changed it to Turcotte, and then Byram, and then back to Turcotte. And not many people really expected the Kirby Dach to be taken. I didn't. I was a bit shocked, just to say the least. I'm sorry. But yeah, Vasily Podkolzin, he went to the Vancouver Canucks, which, I mean, I would have liked to had him, but trust me, I would have rather had Byram or Kirby Dach. I don't know about Turcotte, because Turcotte is a center, and we don't need centers right now. So yeah, anyways. I would say World Juniors are important. But this year, everyone is talking about, Alexis Lafreniere is going to show how good he is. But really, I noticed this, but I looked on the lines last night, and Quinton Byfield was playing on, like, the fourth line. And the consistent second overall pick shouldn't be playing that low. You know? He shouldn't be playing on the fourth line. I understand there's a lot better guys that are more developed than him, but still. There isn't really many Avs guys to look out for. There's Voistis Anunen, Byram, who's like playing on the third pair, I believe. Don't be surprised if you see Bowen Byram scratched, because if you're not having an excellent season, because I'm going to be honest, Bowen Byram right now in the WHL hasn't impressed me this season so far. He hasn't had much of an improvement this year, this year than last year. It's kind of the same. I watched a couple Vancouver Grizzly games. You can definitely tell who's the leader and who's not out there on the ice. Where am I going? I think I'll go over there. Alright, so anyways. Yeah, other than that, we have Voistis Anunen, who is playing goalie for Finland. He gave up 4 goals last night. It was either 4 or 3 goals. But Voistis Anunen, I think since he's putting up such great numbers in the Finnish Liga, which I'm going to be honest, people are like, well, he's playing in a league with men. Yeah, they're men, but they're not good. They're not that good. I think just because it's the best league in Finland, I think it's on par to like the ECHL. And yeah, there is a lot of goalie prospects that are playing in the ECHL. A good example of one is Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for the Buffalo Sabres. And he's not even putting that good numbers up. So anyways, yeah, so I want to talk about why I feel bad for Jack Hughes. Let's look at the first overall picks and how their first season went. Rasmus Dahlin, drafted first overall by the Buffalo Sabres, had comparisons to Bobby Orr. Arguably the best defenseman of all time. Most likely the best of it. Either him or like Lidstrom or something. But listen, Bobby Orr, I think that's a bit of a stretch. But you know what? He's only, 19? And he's putting up great numbers right now. So why not? You know? Why can't he be Bobby Orr? I think in the near future, the best defenseman in the league will be like Dahlin, Makar. Cale Makar's coming back tonight against the Minnesota Wild. He's winning the Calder. I know because he was injured for 8 games, he fell to second in points. Now behind Victor Olofsson. I believe Victor Olofsson has like 34, and Makar has 28. I checked the NHL app right now. Olofsson either has 33 or 34 points right now, but Makar can easily come back from that because Olofsson's played more games. But Makar can easily, I think, especially because he's a defenseman, he's easily going to win. I think the only person that could even challenge for that is Quinn Hughes, because yes, Quinn Hughes is like a year older, I think, or younger, excuse me. He's not putting up as good as numbers, and especially with Vancouver being a bigger market than Colorado, obviously. You got to look at that and think, well, hopefully Quinn Hughes doesn't steal it, but I doubt that will happen. But anyways, Jack Hughes. So yeah, Rasmus Dahlin. He wasn't on the best team, which most rookies aren't. Rasmus Dahlin. He put up amazing points. All right. His team was bad, but not as bad as New Jersey's doing. The 2017 first overall pick, Nico Hischier, his teammate. Nico Hischier was on a playoff team. I mean, may I say more? He put up like 52 points, was it, in his first season? That's impressive. For a young kid to put up 52 points in his rookie season. I know 2017 is a bit of a weaker draft class. You know, I do think 2018 is better in terms of overall depth, because the guy right now is when the guys that were selected in the first round should be getting like around top 6 minutes this season or next season, like guys like Michael Rasmussen. Elias Anderson recently requested a trade. Have been overall just disappointing. Is this like a heater? Because if it is, I'm gonna stand by it. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Okay, it's not warm. I believe there are some heaters over there, so I'm gonna go stand by that. But because it is cold out, and I decided to wear shorts. But anyways, 2016 first overall pick, Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews had an amazing season his first year. Again, you notice with these past years, these guys always put up amazing numbers. I think the overall expectations for Jack Hughes was like maybe 60 points, which is crazy. 60 points for a excuse me, I just dropped my Powerade. 60 points for a rookie, and I think we underestimate. Yeah, they're the best player at their age. But 60 points in the best hockey league in the world, that's crazy. I mean, oh yeah, okay, so I have a story. I was playing NHL 19 franchise, or NHL 13 franchise mode, because I was getting bored of NHL 20. I had already completed like 4 franchise modes, like gone all the way through the full 25 years. I'm serious. Because you can like switch teams, because like when your contract is up. Oh, that's perfect. And so yeah, I was playing NHL 13 franchise mode, and the best play, the leading rookie was Patrick Maroon with, yeah, get this, 6 goals. And oh my god, this actually like disgusted me. 6 goals and 13 assists for 19 points. He didn't end up winning the Calder because in that same year, Braden Holtby was a rookie in the franchise mode. But that, I don't know. that just shows, But Patrick Maroon is a solid third-line guy. Put up 30, maybe 40 points if you're lucky. But yeah, do I think the Avalanche will win tonight? For sure. But I feel bad for Jack Hughes because your star player was just traded. Your team is awful. I don't feel as bad as him as I feel bad for Filip Zadina because they're really handling him bad. Usually Detroit just has a simple system where they play him in Grand Rapids until, they're ready, like they did with Evgeny Svechnikov. And Evgeny Svechnikov, drafted all the way back in 2015, hasn't really shown that he can do that. They did that with Anthony Mantha. I think they did that with Larkin. I don't know. Didn't Larkin go to college? Yeah, he went to college. They either play him in juniors. That's what they're doing with Maurice Seider. That's what they were doing with Vili Saarijarvi, but they realize he won't be anything. That's what they're doing with Giovanni Smith. They have some good prospects in their AHL system, and then they have decent leaders like. Sorry, I lost track. But anyways, my point is Detroit usually is really well developing their prospects. That's why usually when they have these slumps, they get right back up on it. Like, do I think Detroit will be a playoff team? In 2022, if they draft Yaroslav Askarov, because they probably have the worst goaltending situation. And I know people will point at Philip Larson, who actually went to DU. I actually saw him play when I was younger, and I actually didn't know much about hockey besides the Avalanche. My favorite player is actually Sven Andrighetto, and then this offseason I saw he signed with Avangard Omsk, and I cried. I actually cried because I loved him, but I would say every player we have on our team right now, besides every forward we have on our team right now, is better than Andrighetto. Because Andrighetto had his moments, but a discussion of the day. That's what this video will be called. So now we're going to be talking about the All-Star game. There's been a lot of people that are saying that wanted Oscar Lindblom to be voted as the Metropolitan Division captain, but it was given to Ovechkin. Am I mad about this? No. I'm sure Flyers fans might be a bit mad because they're like, how many years has Ovechkin been named captain? But really, why don't they just let Lindblom recover from this? I mean, that would have been great. I mean, if he was named an all-star in general, which he won't be because he can't play. Because if you don't know, Oscar Lindblom was diagnosed with like some really weird form of cancer. I think he'll be good, especially since he's an athlete. Oscar Lindblom is like a really good bottom six guy. He's a young kid, kinda. I'm already talking like an old hockey guy, young kid, even though every player to ever sign an NHL contract is older than me. But yeah. So now I want to talk about, but I'm not mad about it. I understand why Ovechkin got it. Ovechkin's having another good season. I want to talk about, is Ovechkin going to pass Gretzky's goal record? I don't think so. Because of one reason. Goaltending back in the 1980s and 1990s, it wasn't as good as it is now. We look at guys like Grant Fuhr, and I'm a big stats guy. And I look at his stats and I'm like, there's a lot of goalies that are better than Grant Fuhr. A lot of goalies that are better than Grant Fuhr. A lot. He would probably be backup level. So I really don't know. Now I want to talk about what's up with the Montreal Canadiens goaltending, because So I thought they were going to be fine. Because Montreal, ever since Peter Budaj, which was... Okay, not Peter Budaj. I'd say Al Montoya. Ever since oh, fuck, I just spilled my fucking Powerade. Whatever, I don't care. I still have a lot left. But it's okay. I spilled some on my ankle. But anyways. I'd say... I mean, I can't remember, besides Peter Budaj, a Montreal goaltender that backed up Carey Price that was consistent and didn't... Like, right now they have... And then, okay, so, last year they were running Antti Niemi at the beginning of the year. Niemi eventually left and went overseas. And Niemi, so they had Charlie Lindgren play most of the season. And, Charlie Lindgren is an AHL goaltender. I don't think there's anyone who's going to debate that. But is their backup situation as bad as Toronto's? No. Because Lindgren, I think, is better than Michael Hutchinson. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Hutchinson's good because he had that good game where he only allowed like 1 goal or 2 goals. I don't remember. It was either against Buffalo or Chicago. I do not remember. I'm sorry. But he played good. But besides Michael Hutchinson, which he usually doesn't play too good, they have Kazimir Kaskisuo, who is like an AHL backup. I think they shouldn't have gotten rid of Sparks. If they should have gotten a guy like maybe Oscar Dansk, or hell, maybe even Malcolm Subban, because Malcolm Subban is having a really fucking good season in Vegas. And I like to see that because I've really always liked Malcolm Subban. I don't know why. Because I don't know. But anyways. So yeah. Montreal. They signed Keith Kinkaid and I was like, okay. He played really good with the... He played pretty well with the Devils. And then near the end of the season, he started playing like shit. Because for the longest time, like ever since Brodeur retired, the Devils were running Schneider and Kinkaid. And then they traded Kinkaid. They called up Mackenzie Blackwood. Mackenzie Blackwood is the only goaltender on New Jersey since like good Corey Schneider, which was like 2017. 2016. I'd say, okay, so we started falling off in like the 17-18 season. So before then, Corey Schneider was good. Then they started being bad. But luckily Kinkaid was pretty good in New Jersey, okay? Kinkaid was pretty good for the Devils. They traded him to Columbus. He never played a game with Columbus, which was extremely disappointing. I don't know why they got him. I remember, like, looking at that trade, and I was like, why? Like, Korpisalo's a decent backup. And look at him now, he's putting up great numbers. Columbus's backup situation's bad because Elvis Merzlikins, we're about almost 40 games into the season, and he's yet to even win a game. Elvis Merzlikins. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The Latvian goaltender. I think they should have tried to sign a backup. Like, there's still decent backups available, like Chad Johnson and Scott Darling, who Toronto, I thought, was going to sign in, like, late October. But anyways, so I was like, okay. Kinkaid was playing okay for the Habs at the beginning of the year, and then he just completely fell off a cliff. He was playing awful. They sent him down to the Laval Rocket. They call up Caden Primo. I was really nervous about this kid. He played okay. He made his debut against my team, the Avs. He got his ass handed to him, of course, but they shouldn't have started him against the Avs because they would have they teared him apart. All right. 4 goals in his first game. He lost. So I think he played another game. He played okay, and then they sent him down. Call up Charlie Lindgren. I have no clue what Montreal's doing. And now I think they're looking to send down Charlie Lindgren again. And maybe call up Kincaid or Primo. Most likely Primo, because Primo, he deserved a better chance, I'll admit it. Listen, they obviously Carey Price is one of the best goalies in the league. But it's not good that he is like having to carry this team. Same with Freddie Anderson. He's a good goalie. But there's only few goalies that can carry a team. And if a guy is playing upwards of, say... Sorry, that was so loud. This is a dumpster right there. If a goalie's playing upwards of 65 games, that's a problem, okay? Goalies should not be playing that much. I think I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so anyways. But the thing is, I understand, signing a guy is a bit controversial. A goaltender. I don't know why Toronto doesn't just sign, like, Scott Darling. Or trade for, like, Anton Forsberg. Forsberg is good. I think the fact that he played a full season when he really should be just a backup or a really good AHL starter shows, because in the 17-18 season, Crawford was out, and they didn't have Antti Raanta. Or actually, Antti Raanta had gone to the Rangers and then went to the Coyotes, so they had Forsberg. And they also had Colin Delia, who is an AHL goalie. There's no denying that. And I look at that and I'm like, why don't you just sign a guy like Michael Lehtinen back then, 2 seasons ago? But I don't think if Freddie Anderson gets injured, I would sign a guy immediately. Same with Carey Price, because if your goaltending tandem is Charlie Lindgren and Caden Primo, or Charlie Lindgren and Keith Kincaid, and then for Toronto, if it's Michael Hutchinson and Kazimir Kaskisuo, I don't think they should rely on Kaskisuo. If they want to rely on Hutchinson, that's fine. But that's really just up for them. Anyways, I just realized how long this video is. It's 23 minutes. So, yeah, I enjoyed talking about this, but I doubt anyone will watch this full video. So thank you for watching. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. If you want to say anything, if you want to tell me why Charlie Lindgren's actually a really good goalie and why Montreal is fine with him, tell me. If you think Montreal should call up Mark McNeven because Primo, Lindgren, or Kincaid aren't the answers, and they should call up Mark McNeven, who is currently playing in the ECHL, go ahead, tell me. I'm just happy we have 2 amazing goaltenders in Francouz and Grubauer. Okay, Grubauer's not amazing. But anyways, I'm going on. Thank you.